Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Will Ware. I'm with WHHI-TV.
And I'm your host, Carrie Manning from Deo Valente Salon. Today we are here in Wexford at 33 Castle Bridge Lane at this amazing house, which brings us to our first guest, Mr. James Wedgeworth with Trotter One Realty. And he's going to be here to talk about the real estate market and about this amazing house that we're standing in.
It is amazing. Our second guest is Mario Incorvaya, who's the Vice President of Operations for the Hilton Head Symphony Orchestra, and he's going to share with us some information about the orchestra's upcoming events.
And then our last guest is Ms. Charlie Clark with the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. She's here to talk about the exciting things that they've had just go on this past week and what's more to come for the holiday season. So make sure that you come right back for more 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak. Welcome
to 843 TV. We're here now with Mr. James Wedgeworth from Trotter One Realty. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice setting, huh?
It's not bad. I think I could handle it. It's not a bad deal. It's actually an amazing house. Well, everybody's talking about real estate. Obviously, that is your main game. Mm-hmm. We've all heard reports that the market nationally has improved. How does Hilton Head compare to that market?
That's a good question. I always tell people that all real estate's local, and it's local within local. What I mean by that is, like, for instance, we'll have an article come out in the Wall Street Journal that housing prices went up 4%. So everybody says, oh, well, my house went up 4%. Well, if you live in Dallas, Texas, where my daughter lives, houses are going up 25%.
Right.
If you live in Charleston, West Virginia, they're going down 20%. So it really doesn't matter what's going on in North Dakota or Connecticut if you try and sell a house on Hilton Head.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, Carrie, the resort markets have been a little slower. I did some analysis the other day, and I basically concluded that prices on Hilton Head last year went up 1%, which is not significant in the amount, but it's significant in that they quit going down.
Well, so it's all relative too,
yeah,
like you said, because our prices probably didn't drop as low as other places.
Some of those, yeah, it is all relative. So I always tell people, check with your real estate agent about your particular town, county, location, and then check by price range within
It's
that.
different if you're looking for a $200,000 house or a $5 million house.
It is definitely different, like this, yeah.
Not a bad deal.
So James, how are sales at this time of year compared to in the spring?
Well, that's a good question, because people ask me that all the time, when's the best time of the year? And I usually say the spring is the best time of the year. Then from October the 1st to Thanksgiving is usually the second best time of the year. And then the middle of summer, which is June 15th to August 15th, is the third. We have found that after we sell them year-round. We sell them, Christmas Eve. But if you study the numbers, which we all do, the sales drop off significantly after Thanksgiving. We're pretty busy until the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving week's a big week. But people are trying to sell the house. I say you got a window of opportunity. You need to take advantage of that window. Like if you got your house on the market now, you really need to do everything you can to make your house the most sellable house and get some activity between now and Thanksgiving. Because you don't have many people here. Everybody here in December goes back to New Jersey to see the grandkids, and you don't have a lot of people coming here to play golf or to visit, which is what we're looking for as the buyers. Now, if you're getting ready to I met with the lady yesterday, and she said, well, should I put my house on the market? I said, well, we basically missed the market. We got about 2 more weeks. It's going to take you a week to get it ready. So why don't you just wait until the spring? So I told her to do that. So that's kind of a short answer to a long question.
Can't have another holiday party in her house before.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I know you study the markets, James, and you hear some people talk about, oh, it's going gangbusters. Not. Are there different segments? How are different segments doing?
Okay, let me give you an example. I listed a house in Hilton Head Plantation recently for $369. I walked in the office at 10 to 5 and asked my closing coordinator, I said, can you get this house on the market today? And she said, well, I don't know, can I do it Monday? I said, well, I'd really rather you do it today. And she says, well, I'm meeting my mother. So she called her mother and put it in the computer. We had 7 showings on Saturday and sold it. Now, the owner of that house, if you ask him, he says the market's great. Right. It's a function of price. What we're seeing is the lower price, under 5 has been very strong. 5 to $1 million is not great. Over $1 million, unfortunately, has been a lot slower than we'd like to see it. We don't know exactly why, but the answer to the question is it's a function of your price range.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Definitely. And so,
Now, James, here in the Lowcountry, we've been experiencing a lot of storms and even some flooding here, and as north of Charleston and all the way down south here. And people have been expressing some concerns about getting flood insurance. Can you give us kind of an update on the flood insurance market and what's going on here locally?
No. Yeah, let me try.
Okay.
There was a Biggers Waters Act that Congress passed, and it has to do with the year the house was built and the flood elevation. And what it affected is houses built prior to 78.
Okay.
It was much, much harder to get insurance. You had to pay significantly more for it. And Biggers Waters and the congressman kind of came back and said, well, this didn't work out the way we wanted to. There's some repercussions. Can we delay this? So they put like a 4 or 5 year delay on it, a waiting period where they're trying to figure out what to do. So it's kind of not as big a problem today as it was years ago, but until they solve the National Flood program, it is going to be a problem in the future. Now, luckily on Hilton Head, most of our properties are built after 78. But there are places in Florida, Louisiana, New Jersey, some coastal areas where all the houses were built before 78. They're older communities. It had a drastic impact on those. It affects the resale of your property because the higher the insurance rate is, the lower the price is, because it's what we call the bundle of costs. So if you raise the insurance that costs more than on the house, they're going to pay less for the house. So it's had a very negative effect on coastal real estate. I mean, it's like how much bad news can we take? You know, we had some bad years after the crash, and then we kind of start getting a little bit better, and then they come with this Biggers Waters Act and slams us back down again. So we're up and down. It's been a rough market because of several of those factors. Hopefully, they'll get that resolved.
Isn't that somewhat relative, though? I mean, because I'm speaking for here on Hilton Head. I mean, the houses on the water are big, nice,
Most
exceptional houses,
Yes.
with the exception of some of them.
Yeah.
For the majority, I mean, I don't really understand the whole flood thing. Like, if I had a house like that, I would want it fully insured.
Well, that's the problem.
You know
Everybody
what I mean?
wants it full insured, and it just costs a lot more. I don't know.
Yeah, and that bundle of costs really does affect people's
Yeah.
buying habits, doesn't it?
At big time.
Absolutely.
But who wouldn't want to wake up and look out at that? It's the price you got to pay to live in paradise, right?
Right.
Well, James, thank you very much for
Yeah.
joining us today.
It's always a pleasure.
And please stick around for another segment of 843 TV.
Select member.